What's up, guys, and welcome back to Phoenix Garage. In today's video, I'm attempting to fix this recoil starter on the Scrambler. Let's get right into it. So this thing definitely has been messed with before. It's missing a bolt right here and on the bottom half. Oh man, it's missing a bunch of bolts. So that's something too I just now noticed. So this has definitely been taken off before. Okay, I'm gonna pull this off for the first time so you guys can see. Oh, it is rusty. It's pretty nasty. So it looks like I may have to pull this brake thing down here on the bottom. This off to get this off. I'm not sure. I can't. It's not coming off because of that. So I may have to pull this brake thing off in order to get this thing off of here. But it's pretty rusty and gunky in there. I don't know if this gasket failed, but there's not much gasket. So let me try to mess with this and take this bottom piece off so I could get this off of here. All right, so I got this starter, whatever this is. I can't remember. It goes up there. So I pulled the cover off. I didn't have to do that. If you pull it off upwards first, it comes right out. This thing, I have a feeling it's missing something. There's supposed to be something in here to catch on that, to spin it, but it's not on there. And this thing is just covered in metal. There's like grease and little metal bits everywhere. So something has been in here grinding. Okay, so I pulled the recoil starter out, and I just assumed there had to have been something wrong with this thing. It was missing the little ratchet and the spring to ratchet and actually pull start. But then I started looking, and it looks like almost like that the ratchet broke off because this plastic piece is all chewed up, and there's a massive metal chunk. I just washed the aluminum case out, and if you look on the case right there, and then you come around to this side, look at that massive crack. Looks like that thing swung off, and there was little metal shards everywhere. I mean, I cleaned this thing out pretty good. A Dawn dish soap and a scrub brush as best I can, and scrape the old gasket off. I got some of this steel stick to try and repair. I mean, I got JB Weld too, but I'm going to try this stuff. I've never used it before for the recoil case on the bottom where it's cracked. I'm going to just kind of knead this stuff up and see what I can do. I definitely cut off more than I needed, but let's make sure I don't touch it. Oh, and I directly touched it. Here it is. I definitely added probably too much for this side. Hopefully it doesn't peel off, but I did a tiny, tiny layer on the inside there. That's just where, I mean, I did a super thin layer, so it shouldn't really have an effect on the actual case there. But I don't know if that would have even leaked any water or anything. I just didn't want to chance it. So this stuff says to knead it, mix it up so you get a uniform color, put it on, and then it'll set in 5 minutes and then cure in an hour. But man, this piece was already super hot with the gloves. I had gloves on. That's really all I'm going to do to this thing, because I don't want to have to buy a new one, and I don't think that's going to be a big enough damage, little crack there to really even do anything. I probably could have just put some RTV or some kind of gasket maker there and it would have been fine, but I wanted to try this stuff out so I could maybe use it on the transmission whenever I get to that, if I can ever get this thing started. I got this recoil starter kit in, so I think I'm going to attempt to put it in there. It's just like a rebuild kit, and it comes with everything. So maybe it'll work and I can actually pull start this thing. Okay, so I took the stuff out of the pack. Here's the little spring. It's got a clip on there, and it just sits right there. And I think what I'm going to do is get some wire cutters and snip this while this thing is in here, and then let it kind of untwist a little bit. But definitely make sure that piece is on there. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, definitely a lot of tension on it. Spring is in there. Slowly letting it unwind. Don't want to let it jump. Okay, there it is there. Spring is in there. All right, next step. Tried to attempt to hook this on there. There's a little clip right there. You kind of want to it looks like hook it on there, but I think we're going to put some grease on this bushing. They give you this bushing, but I also have the original one from the one I pulled out, but I'm just going to throw some grease on this on the outside and inside. Just grease this thing up pretty good and call it good here. And then wipe my hands off. Probably should have wore gloves, but it's okay. Now it needs to hook on that. That little hook right here needs to hook on there. So see if I can get that thing to hook. I don't know how you would get that to hook on there. You have to like, it has to come off of the edge there so you can get it on, because it's too far out, maybe like that. Well, seems like it's hooked on there. Yeah, I think that's hooked. So now we just need our little ratchet and spring to put on, and we should be good to go. Okay, we got this spring. It looks like one side is longer. I'm gonna assume this side. That side's supposed to go down. So we should be able to put it on like that. And then this thing should go, and I say should, maybe it's this way. Yeah, like that, so that it clips out like that. I just don't seem like it's supposed to hit much, but I guess that's the point. So now we have this thing. We need to put this clip on here, and this, I believe, needs to go like that, so that whenever you turn, it spins that thing out. We should next be able to put the bolt in. So now that that's all in, we're gonna, this little bolt, this kit did not come with one of these, so make sure if you're redoing these, keep this bolt. It's got a little lock washer on it. So I'm just gonna snug this sucker down, and I think we should be good to go other than the rope. There we go. Now the rope. All right, so now we're going to wind this thing up, and I'd recommend a pick. I think you're supposed to wind it 6 times, so just say this is right there. You want to go around 6 times so that thing's up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I'm not going to lie, this is kind of hard. One more. 6, and I think this would be 6 actually. So I'm going to turn it around and line this thing up with this hole over here, because that's where I'm putting in the rope. So I got to slip the rope in through here. I think it actually needs to be inside there, and then we're going to use that pick to pull it through that little hole right there, which may be difficult to show you guys. This is definitely more difficult than I anticipated, having to hold the pressure of this spring in order to get this through here. Okay, there we go. Now if I can just grab this. Okay, we're good to go now. So string is through. Now I need to try to tie a knot in this. Thankfully, I think I can. Move it a little towards the end of the rope, like that. And then I'm going to tie another one. Tying this one hand is somewhat difficult. Okay, there's our knot. We're going to pull that tight. Let it lay in here like that, I believe. Like that, and then we can slowly let this thing back in. And bada bing. Well, that's tight on there. Bada boom. Now we have a recoil starter fixed. Let's put it on the machine and see if it works. Bada bing, bada boom, guys. It is on there. It actually works now. Oh gosh, and it is very hard to pull. There's a lot of pressure on the system. I am not worried about compression on this thing. That is for sure. So there we go. Our recoil starter is done. Now I need to add some gasket maker to this because I don't have a gasket for it, but I'm not going to mess with that right now until I can actually get this thing running. And then when I get it running, I'll put gasket maker on there and actually finalize that case. But just waiting on some stuff to get this thing running. That's it, guys. That's recoil starter fixed. Hopefully it helped you out. I'll have the link for the kit that I use for this in the description down below. So thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, like the video. Consider becoming a channel member, 99 cents a month. That's it, guys. Hope you have a good one. Bye.